Hello everyone, Solonarv here and welcome to some more Feed the Beast. Today, well, first let's go over what I've done. So you can see I've removed this mob farm here and moved the space, and I honestly don't get how I ever fit it in here. I mean, I guess it fits somehow, but well. And you can see this huge tower back there, which doesn't have a roof yet, because I don't want stuff spawning in there yet. But very soon there will be lots of stuff spawning in there because this tower is going to be my new mob spawner. And well, it's going to be one of my mob spawners. And instead of, using the actual spawners here that I have stored up, I'm going to use something else to spawn all sorts of mobs, which is called Cursed Earth. It's generated when you make one of these division sigils, and well, it spreads to nearby dirt and also to grass, so it overrides grass. But well, it burns back to dirt when it gets light, and it spawns a ton of mobs. So what I'm going to do here is I'm gonna have like I'm gonna have a few floors. Basically, wherever there's obsidian in the wall, there's going to be one floor, and then I'm going to use some sort of contraption to push the mobs out, out and off the border here. And well, that's gonna be it basically. By pushing them off, I should be able to. Well, then they're all gonna drop down here. I've collected a few vines, which I'm gonna place right now at, I think, this height. This seems good. And I had to fly around forever just to find a freaking jungle. Okay, I should have enough though. Indeed. And let's just make sure that they don't grow. So we're gonna use buttons. Okay. Now that's not the best option because I could use some sort of micropod, but well, I guess buttons are fine too. Also don't need to have like, wait. Then yeah, I don't need, oops, I don't really need to have like, how many? Yeah, that's why you put buttons here. You know, I don't need to have 32 tile entities just floating around here not doing anything. My keys have been a bit sticky earlier. So yeah, I've had to fly around quite a bit. But, well, okay. So basically the mobs are gonna fall down here and they're gonna be break by this so that the mobs from the top don't just immediately die to fall damage. Because that would be counterproductive. Okay, so once they've gotten down here, I'm gonna have to kill them, for which I'm going to use... Well, what am I going to use? I don't know yet. So what could I use? I could use... And you can see I still have the stuff in my inventory from when I was building this. And I don't need you, or you, or you, or you. You get back here. 9, 8, there we go. So what am I gonna use to kill those? I think I could use golems, though that has the problem that they might just die, which is not that nice. So let's avoid that. Actually, since I have an XP farm, I don't really need to make that into an XP farm, so I could just use a grinder. Yeah. Let's see, do I have one? I do not. So let's make one. This is a machine from Mine Factory Reloaded that kills mobs, basically. So what do we have here? What are we missing? We're missing almost everything. So let's not mistype here and get a coil and machine frame and some of this and 2 tin gears, and there we go. Got a grinder. And that machine's gonna do the magic. It's gonna be embedded in the wall here. I can't remember what radius it has, and of course I turned it round. Okay, there we go. I think I can just pipe the power from... Oh, I could pipe it from... Yeah, I don't know. This, by the way, this is just to get rid of the sludge here. Basically, these harvesters produce a liquid called sludge, and if you toss that into sludge balls, you get like a bunch of stuff. Basically, the sort of stuff that you expect to find in sludge, like you get dirt or mud and clay, and I haven't gotten that much. I think the most valuable thing drop from there right now is this heat sand. Possibly. You don't really get much fancy, but you know, it saves me from having to have a huge tank of goop. Huge tank of lava is cool though. Okay, so now that we're over here, I need to sleep through the night because this has been lit up. So let's sleep. There we go. Okay, so I need to show you something. So you know how I had this conveyor belt that ran like below the mob farm and collected all the mobs? Well, you know what happened to it? It's still there. It's below here. And it looks pretty crazy. Okay, so this house hides a terrible secret. We shall access it. It is not the floating blocks on the ceiling, or rather the blocks attached to the ceiling. It is not this 9 magical technology. Instead, we shall go down here into the basement. Oh, and by the way, I replaced those with saplings, which so far seems to be working out. Maybe I had 13,000. It might be, my farm might be just a tiny bit too slow, but because it's a Steve's Cards farm, it's very easy to expand. I just need to add more dirt and add more rails, and that's it. Apart from that, I've also created how much 128 bucket backup tank of biofuel back here. Basically, when I swapped these out, I didn't want my power to collapse because you know, if you're relying on it so much, that tends to be a bad idea. So in order to prevent that, I basically first filled up those tanks back here. Then once those were filled up, I dismantled the squid apparatus here, and then I put the export boxes in here, and this room still looks like it always did. Okay, so the space, right? So this room, it looks like it always did, right? There's nothing unusual about it. This turtle here, this derpy clicky turtle, is also still there. You can even see the remains of my first mining stairwell, which I didn't even really use at all. So if we go through here, you know, I used to have coke ovens embedded in the floor here, and when I removed these, I didn't fill that area in, especially because I had cables running along there. And here we go. Here it is. Here is the crawl space, for lack of a better word. And bloop. Oh, and this was my first attempt to make something out of the blaze spawner I had found. Basically, So recording cut off as I was showing you the crawl space, which isn't half bad because, you know, it's just a crawl space. Okay, so we are going to use a grinder. We're going to have to lay power over there, so we're gonna get our redstone energy conduits, and we're probably not gonna have enough. And I don't have enough ME cables either, and I need an interface first. Let's get one of those. I'm slightly low on quartz actually. Oh, I'm okay. This is enough because I've like not run my quarry in forever. Okay, here's my interface. Thankfully, this isn't going to require too much stuff. That should be enough. Watch me like run completely out of quartz with this. May actually be a better idea to just use an... Yeah, I'm just gonna use an ender chest for that. So let's do this. I should have all the stuff I need. Yep. Ender chest, all white. We don't need this. All we need is those. All those, excuse me. And we're gonna have to find a way to deal with the other thing that the grinder produces. But that can come later. So for now we have this. And let me just rip up the ground here. Okay, so I just dug out here, and it seems like this is where my actual engine park is. Which I'm not gonna connect to directly because I don't want anything drawing power from these engines except these energy cells. So I've got power out coming through the ground here. I think... Oh, I might be able to... Yes, yes, of course. I should be able to just use that power cell. So I'm gonna try to do that. Let's move through here. I have an energy cell up here as a buffer. Yes, I do. Okay, could we relocate that? Okay, if I try to... Oh, I think I can just use some extra transfer pipe, since transfer pipe doesn't mind loops at all. And... do this, and this, and this. Then we can poke out this piece, and start laying down the conduit. Okay. Then we should just come down right here in this corner, I believe. Right. And we should also try to not run it through the air like that, because pipes running through the air don't look that good, and they're not that practical either. They tend to get in the way. Pipes are much better if they run underground or along the wall or something, like where they're like not entirely in your face. Okay. Now we gotta dig down here. There we go. And obviously I don't have enough. As predicted, I'll just make some more. Let's see, can we do that quickly? Okay. 2 stacks of redstone, there we go. So I'll be right back once these have finished filling up. There we go, now I have a bunch of energy conduits, and of course it's night. I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. Stack of the conduits. should be enough. Okay, let's poke this out. Awesome. So of course I'm gonna use my builder's wand to fill that in. Just gonna make it go real quick. Bloop. And zbloop. Zbloop. Bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop. And more. And bloop, bloop, boop, boop, boop. And ding, dong, dunk. There we go. Almost. Hey. Okay. Now, here we go. Okay. I might, if there's some sort of dark glass, like, okay. No, I'd like to use like dark glass, like a block that lets me see through but blocks light. I don't think there's any of that in Feed the Beast, in this version, or in this Feed the Beast pack though. Okay, so we're dealing with 2 of the 3 things we can produce here. Do I happen to have... yeah, okay. I do have one of... well, actually, I could just store it right next to this. That would work as well. So I'm gonna do just that. Steel tank wall, steel tank gauge, valve, and... wait. Is there like some tank that looks... oh, yes. The, sear glass acts as a tank, but... let me demonstrate to you how it acts as a tank. Let's take, for example, a lava bucket. Place this here. You can see I can put lava in there and pull it out as well. It's only a 1-block tank though, and even if you stack them on top of each other, nothing of note happens. So that's a limitation, but it has the advantage of being a full block and not looking like crap. Actually, do we have open blocks in here? I don't think we do. Because open blocks add some tags that would be perfect for this. And it's not in here because, well, it's a 1.6 mod. Obviously. Though we can just close this now using some clear glass. And actually for symmetry, let's, even though it's pretty much useless and inefficient, let's do this for symmetry. And here we go. Now I'm gonna need some liquiducts, of which I have more than enough. I think I'm gonna do the biggest one I can, so it's gonna be 9 blocks. In this direction, this is 9 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because liquid XP is something that I want to have a lot of, because if you're using it at all, you're going to be using a lot of it. So I'm going to just fill this in. And I'm going to have to get more walls here, but yeah. Okay. what did I say? Okay, I'll build this tank to maximum height and wait, actually let me recover some of those and use them to mark out the tank height. Okay, so this can be 8 blocks high. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. This is how big this tank's gonna be. Like, just this is the outline. This is a massive tank. This is literally the biggest tank that you can build. Just so you know. Okay, this is gonna be the output because I'm gonna have this pour out into an ender tank probably. And yeah. Okay, let me build that tank and I'll be back. There we go. Here's a huge steel tank. Almost 21,000 buckets of storage space. Okay, I'm gonna need levers. Okay, here we go. Get out of here. Okay, and here we go, and here we go, and boop, boop. Okay, this side's done. Okay, I think, yeah, those levels are visible. That needs to change. Maybe. Or maybe not. I don't know. Hop. Get me down there. Yeah, that connected. So did this. And we can just run along, I think, down here. Nope. Until we hit the steel tank. Here we go. And here's the valve. Awesome. There we go. And the mob grind, the killing part of the mob spawner is ready. Now this back there, this should have been walls, but I always forget that they are completely black, that they render completely black when they're up against a block, but well, whatever. Okay, now what? Now I should put in the spawning floors. So I think we're gonna do the roof first. We need a roof. And oh, I have an idea. I'm gonna use a magnum torch. Yeah. Don't worry, I can afford that. So we need chandeliers. One. I said chandeliers. 2. 5 chandeliers and magnum torch. What is missing? We require a potion of regeneration and one of healing. I have a gas tier and I have melon. And I have nuggets of gold. What? Magnum torch takes a potion of regeneration, which takes... wait. takes a potion of healing, which takes a potion of healing, which takes a glistering melon, which, oh, it's much cheaper than I thought. Okay, that's cool. Glistering melon, and obviously not. I I don't even have any bottles left. Great. Sure, let's just do that, and that, and that, and oh man, give me some, just give me some glass. Okay, this is gonna be enough. I have a water source somewhere down here. Okay, let's go brew. Bloop, bloop, bloop. We shall require a ward of the nether, and we shall toss all the stuff that we don't need back in there in order to keep our inventory nice and orderly. Okay. Bloop. Okay, so I'm gonna make this magnum torch and then I'll be back. There we go, I now own a magnum torch. Haha! I think I can afford to do this. Because mobs can't get out here actually. Because they just can't get up this thing. And anyway, because of Mr. Magnum Torch here, boop, no spawns in a 64 by 64 radius. That's what this does. It doesn't look impressive enough for what it does. Okay, so now that we've prevented spawns, we can actually do something even if it's dark. Which is important because we're gonna be placing the cursed earth, which, as I've told you earlier, does not like light. In fact, let me demonstrate that. One piece of cursed earth. Okay? You see it's pretty bright here. Place it down. Well, maybe it only catches fire from sunlight. That would be very nice indeed. Though it's not spawning anything either. Yeah, okay. I guess it's only sunlight. Ah, well. Anyway, this means that I can start to build the roof here, which is kinda important. So, the spawning floor. So basically it's just gonna be layers of cursed earth with... I'm gonna need something to push the mobs off. And actually, if I have to leave... yeah, that's just gonna be... no, no. Damn it! I don't want... this tower is too small. Well, it's not a huge problem. I can just expand it off camera, but because by now you've seen the concept, you know what I'm gonna be doing. But, well, yeah. I'm gonna have to do that. Because you see, because there's like slimes and spiders, I need to leave a 3-block space outside of the spawning platforms, which means that the platforms would have to be only 3 by 3 in here, which is... and I need something to push the mobs off, so that's way too small. Unless... oh. This needs testing. Do mobs spawn on conveyor belts? Well, I'm not really a fan of conveyor belts because they seem to be quite glitchy. Then again, they're kind of the best method of moving mobs around, and I do have a lot of those left. So... test it is. And... here we go. Okay, let's wait and let's put another strip over here. Okay, I'm gonna be back one. Okay, so we've still got almost half the night, so if they're gonna spawn at all, then oh, it goes. Yeah, okay, this one seems to work. The other one doesn't. Okay. So well, okay. Let's get this shovel. Where's my shovel? Oh, there it is. This is a steel shovel that I had laying around from, you know, these loot pouches that Dartcraft makes drop from, like everything. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna expand this tower and then I'm gonna make platforms spaced at the height of these obsidian rings and line those with conveyor belts on the outside to push the mobs off, and that's all I'm gonna do. And well, this episode might be a bit short, then again maybe not, because especially when I'm doing this I tend to ramble or forget to stop the recording and such. So thank you all for watching. I will see you in my next video. And until then, take it easy.